Welcome to Le Mans. In Le Mans Ultimate, we are doing a different kind of race today. We are in a massive multi-class lobby, but with AI. And you might think, Flash, or you have lost your mind. And I will say, yes, you're probably right. The sun has got to me today. But this race is absolutely epic. I thought maybe the AI would trip over themselves. The AI will smash into you. The multi-class cars have no idea where to go whilst we're in the slowest cars at this race. But that was not the case, and you will see that during this video. Not gonna say that this is the best AI in the world, but my gosh, it is a step up from some of the races or the games, sims, whatever you want to call it, I have done over the past few years. This is a huge step up compared to them. Now obviously everybody's mileage may vary and tracks may vary, but being Le Mans Ultimate, might as well do it at Le Mans. And as you see, we've already gained a few places as you're coming down towards the Mulsanne Straight. Absolutely brilliant. We are rocking the Corvette for this race. Not used it before, but my gosh, it don't half have an amazing soundtrack. And credit where credit's due as well to this car. It drives extremely well. It really is a great bit of kit. Now we are getting up behind a pack of cars, a BMW, a Porsche, and, well, a Mercedes. And you can see we can just absolutely nail it down the inside. The cars will give space to a degree, although if you give them an inch, they will take that mile and will claw that position right back out of your fingers. They do not care, and credit where credit's due, because they saw the opportunity and they took it. This is AI we're talking about, you know? It's not human people racing. When they see an opportunity, they're taking it. This is an artificial intelligence system seeing, analyzing, and accepting that it can be done, and they will do it. So, again, I'm flabbergasted by how good this system is. Never mind how good this Corvette sounds. Now, we're going to get tangled up again with the cars. Let's go a little bit slow through the braking zones, and I'm not too sure what's going on there. They brake excessively in braking zones, and you can sort of dive bomb them out the way. So there is that, and I kind of understand it as well, because if you're going to dive bomb somebody anyway with a damage system like you have in Le Mans Ultimate, you kind of want to move out the way, else you will inflict damage upon yourself as well as, you know, the other person is going to have damage. So I can understand that to a certain degree, which is really, really good. Now, furthermore, with my tomato looking face and the rest of my body is absolutely aching, went out to BHP Festival in Exeter today. What an event it was, and thank you to my wife for the Father's Day present she gave me. So I'm going to try and put up a little video together, and it's just a mishmash of what the event was. There was drifting, there was cars, people and more cars, you know. So I'm going to blend something together and hopefully show you. And there's a little bit of a teaser already in the Discord, so if you've not joined the Discord yet, make sure you join. The link is down below. Not too sure why you're warming up your tires, Flash. They're already warm. Let's get going, start reeling in those cars. We're already up to position 12, which is obviously absolutely ideal. Just need to make a few more gains here and there. Position 1 is also in the Corvette, so get on. The Corvette won Le Mans of 2026 here, and we might actually win Le Mans of 2026 in the sim setup. Yeah, it'd be awesome if we get 1-2 as well. You never know your luck. You can see mistakes are made from the cars up ahead. The Porsche went out so far wide there was a different postcode, but you listen to that Corvette sing when you're on over at high revs. It is incredible sound it's got, and I've got to say thanks to the devs for giving us a sound that good. Yeah. Ooh, that Porsche had a moment. Up in the air they went. My gosh, and they held it. Credit where credit's due. Yes, it is AI. They're going to hold it to a certain degree, but they do crash as well. I'm going to butt in a moment and give you a live commentary of what is going on and what I'm witnessing whilst I'm driving, and it is epic. There's a lot of dynamics with the AI. They move around so much, and it's not unrealistic so much either. You know, they kind of close the door a little bit. They bottle up. They're very bunched up, like very close when they're pack racing. The aggression set down to low because I had it up high once, and yeah, they were very aggressive. You know, that would have been a ram, like, you know. And they're committed to making moves, so they're not racing you. They're racing each other. They're racing. You know, how many times we've seen in like Forza Motorsport and other titles where it's you versus the AI, and if you overtake the AI, suddenly they find a lot more horsepower, and when you start leaving them behind still, they drop off like a fly. Like, you know, they seem to be very engaging. And this Corvette's got a hell of a sound on over him. Whoops. Well done, Flash. You managed to give yourself front bumper damage by colliding into the Ferrari. I'd also like to note that there is like teams here, so there's 2 Corvettes, there's 2 Ford Mustangs, there's 2 Ferraris, there's 2 of everything, which makes it feel a lot more realistic that you're working as part of a team with another driver. That BMW had a moment up in front. See what I mean? They're really aggressively driving. That Porsche is just launching it, so is the BMW. It's really fun to watch it from this kind of perspective. It's so unique. I mean, is it realistic? I mean, if you can hold it, I guess. I certainly would have lost it. There's no 2 ways about it. Sometimes you've got to admit defeat, and a situation like that is going to be extremely hard to control. Your reaction time's got to be absolutely insane and absolutely spot on. A bit like that overtake. Park it up the inside. Kind of a nice move to make. Oh, look, Sector 2's purple as well. Look at that. So I am beating how fast Position 1 is. It's the braking zones that's going to get me, I tell you. Ah, it wasn't purple. I hold the fastest lap, though. With the AI cars, they seem to be a bit weird. When you get close to them like that, they brake unnecessarily. You can kind of use it to your advantage, like then, 3.5 seconds away from the Porsche behind. See, they're setting realistic lap times as well, like, you know, it's not like you've overtaken them and then suddenly they find a load of power. They're setting lap times. What I don't like is in braking zones, they suddenly find, like, a lot, but then ultimately don't commit to it. And I'm not a massive fan of that. Because it's not like I'm going slow through the braking zones. Maybe a little bit more cautious, but not any slower than what they would. Right, I've got to find a second, and then, yeah. I mean, you got to understand, sometimes at night as well, your time delta does decay because it's nighttime and you can't see the track as visually. So you do lack a bit of confidence here and there, but a second, I think that's not too bad overall. AI don't suffer from that. And wise words, they really don't suffer from nighttime fear. Holy crap. Yep, that was absolutely close. I thought it was going to hit me. Really did. It really startled me because I thought maybe they'll back out, but really wasn't the case. They just sent it and they made it work. How close was that? That could have gone so wrong. It might actually go wrong for the Position 1 driver, so you never know your luck. Wise words again, because you never know your luck, and situations like that might develop in your favour. Not a great place to be overtaken. They just don't care. It's not the fact I don't think they don't care. I generally think they map it out, or they can understand where you should be positioned, and they aim for another one. It clumsy through there. Come on, car, forgive me. Corvette is a little bit forgiving, but yeah, I think they assess what's going on. Ooh. I'm faster than Position 1 by 2 seconds. We are clawing them in, though. There's a lot of P1 cars. Kind of really good that they can understand what you're doing. They will brake. I braked it. They will move out of the way. I don't want to get tangled up. And they will be patient. It's going to cost me time if I get tangled up. And such true words right there. You don't want to be tangled up with them. But again, if you are, they will be patient. They will pick a side and you just go for the opposite. They are really forgiving and fair. I mean, so far they're passing this safely, and although a few situations looked like it was going to develop into an accident, they braked. Not only that, as the sun's coming up, we can talk a little bit more because it is a beautiful sunrise here at Le Mans. The thing is with the AI, they understand the layout of the track. They will position themselves correctly. If you are in the way, they will understand that. They will not pursue or force you out of the way. They will not go for ridiculous moves, and they will not sit there like they do in online lobbies, flashing the living lights out of their headlights at you to get out my way. They really are patient and they're understanding, and that's pretty much what multiclass racing really is. No point flashing somebody when you're going through the Porsche curves to move out of the way, because where is that GT3 car meant to go? And this is exactly it. They will sit there and wait for the opportune moment like they would in real multiclass racing. And I've got to say, it was an epic race. We set a really good lap time. Not too bad. Improvements to be made, but improvements are to come as the sun is rising here at Le Mans. What a beautiful sunrise that is. Which fully distracted me and gave the P1 or hypercar, car position back, as well as the position to the teammate Corvette. So I'm not grumbling, the teammates here, we can work together. You see, even the hypercars are patient with the AI. It's so good. And again, it really caught me off guard. Obviously other tracks may be different, you know, if I did Silverstone, Sebring, whatever, they might not be anywhere near as good as they are here at Le Mans. And please let me know if you have different experiences and let me try it out and see what goes on, because if I am wrong, I'm wrong. But here at Le Mans, it is absolutely brilliant. Now we've been overtaken by the P2 cars. Yep, much slower than the hypercars, but much quicker than the GT3s. Furthermore, how have I set up this lobby? Well, this lobby is set up with 1 hour race overall and a 24-hour time cycle. So within 1 hour, you've done a full night cycle. We started a race like true Le Mans at 3 p.m. British Standard Time. 24 hours, we finish a race at 3 p.m. And it's really good to drive through the night and come out the other side with that beautiful sunrise you get here at Le Mans. It is something you don't see all the time. It's out of this world, the sunrise you get at this track. It's so beautiful, and it's very hard to be able to natively capture it and put it into a game. I think Forza did well doing that, so credit where credit's due to them, as well as here, done a very, very good job. Now you can see me looking down below. It's time to pit. And setting up the pit strategy here. Never done pitting before, not in Le Mans Ultimate. It's going to be interesting, so figuring out a few bits here and there. And you can see a P2 car behind, again, waiting patiently, overtaking very closely to make me fully aware that I held them up. But yeah, oh wait, it might not be a P2 car. I think that's a hyper. Doesn't matter. There is a hypercar around this track. I think they are just coming down a Mulsanne straight. That is broken away from everybody else and is on their own race. Not too sure what's going on, but each to their own, I guess. Furthermore, one thing that has me confused a little bit is the fuel burn, or what's going on with fueling. Do you mind? I have a rear bumper. Everybody else's fuel is very low compared to ours. Now, as far as I know, all of us started on 100% fuel. So our fuel being a good 4 to 5% more than everybody else's is unusual, especially considering I'm being pushing quite heavily and really battering this Corvette through the rev range. Not exactly being fuel efficient in it, that's all I can say. But yeah, we are certainly doing a lot better on fuel. Is it because we have been in a lot of slipstream from other cars? Could well be the case, but it's not like I've let off the throttle either. You know, I've kept it pinned even if I have been in the tow. It's an unusual aspect of pitting at this track, or it's pitting in general with the AI cars, because while we have set it up to have 5 or 6 laps worth of fuel, you never know, this race might run on a lap more. It says 14.6 at the minute. dependent on when the first position 1 hypercar crosses the line, and the time delta really is dependent on whether we get another lap or not. So rather be safe than sorry and have a little bit more fuel. You can see how long it's taking us to pit. The car behind us caught us up. We go into the pits and put in what is necessary in fuel plus 1 more lap for just in cases. You know, car behind is gone into their pit box. There is a Porsche behind them. We're going to head over to our pit box here, which is really conveniently towards the end. So if they start barreling down, we just cut them up. We have, as you can see, 58% of fuel. Position 2, 73. Position 3, 74, 73. They have put in at least 2 more laps of fuel than what is necessary to finish this race. You can see at the top right, the game is expecting 15.6 worth of laps in this race. I have a lot more fuel than that, and they certainly have a lot more fuel. You know, we only have 16 minutes of this race remaining now. 100% lasted almost 45 minutes. They have pretty much added another 30-ish minutes worth of fuel. So yeah, when they go into the pits, it's taking them longer, and if you keep watching that time delta, it's decaying rather quickly. It makes me wonder whether they put on a fresh set of tyres whilst they were in the pits, and sadly it doesn't tell you on the leaderboard whether they have or not. There might well be something in the background that I don't know. It tells you what tyres they have on the vehicle, but ourselves, going almost gardening, have just kept the same tyres we've got already, because we're only about 85% worn. So, you know, no, take that back. There's 85% remaining on those tyres. So really, a tyre change is not necessary, although you do feel a little bit decay here and there, a little bit of tyres worn out. It's no harm, no foul. By the time it takes you to change the tyres, it's probably not even worth it anyway. Annoyingly, when we come out the pits, we were a little bit around the hypercars, but there's only a couple left to go behind us, and we have free reign of peace and quiet. And as we are on our final lap, the Corvette has sadly fell off the cliff. Not too sure where they've gone. Down to position 5, almost 40 seconds away. How on earth has that happened? I do not know. Because originally the Porsche overtook, and there was a massive time delta between the Porsche and the car behind. That has now gone, and I feel that the Corvette may have had a wobbly and had an accident. Sadly, the replay didn't save for this race. It wasn't my understanding that I had to wait a longer period of time for the replay to save. I clicked finish event at the bottom right, and he just hung there. And I thought maybe we have crashed, but no, we didn't, and I was just being impatient. So if you do get that at the end of a long race that we have done now, just be patient, let it do what it needs to do, and wait a little bit longer. I mean, overall, it was an insane race. The AI, I'll have to be honest, if you put them side by side with online racing, besides flashing the headlights at you and probably a little bit more patience, I'd be hard pushed to find a difference. And that is what matters. Could you really tell the difference? And ask yourself the question now. If I didn't tell you at the beginning of this race that this was AI, would you have known that I was racing against AI? Really, honestly. Because I've got to be honest, I don't think I would have noticed. Besides, probably they're a little bit more, what's the word for it? Avoiding. They don't want to get into accidents, or they will assess the situation better and not absolutely send it. There wasn't really any yellow flags in this race, so I guess that's a plus as well, you know. It's really a breeze of fresh air, and credit where credit's due to the developers who designed this AI. It's very, very good. And so is that soundtrack on this Corvette. Listen to that overrun. I cannot get bored of that. It has such an incredible soundtrack to it. I'd love to be able to hear that in real life. It must be a blast being in the crowd on the left-hand side, hearing this thing come flying down, slamming down the gears, and that overrun screaming away. What an engine, what a car, what a race, and what a great AI system we have going on here at Le Mans Ultimate. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.